Hello people, it's that time. Oh yes, it's that time again. Welcome everyone to my live stream, and welcome to the channel. My name's Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? I hope everyone's doing good, and I hope everyone is well. So, this is it, the finale of the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup Exhibition 3. So, it's flown a lot, hasn't it? Certainly has, for sure. So I hope everyone's doing good. So let's get straight to it then. So just like to spare a moment to say hello to somebody who's jumped in to say hello. That is our friend Indian Stig Racing. Welcome along, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing good as well. And he is currently live right now on YouTube for those who like to go and check him out on his race as he's going to do the Nations Cup round from his perspective also. So, but you never know. We might end up meeting up in the same lobby, but you never know. That so obviously it's the final round of the Exhibition 3 of the GT World Series Nations Cup. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to be coming out of the Escapes movies, as we're going to go into sports mode, and of course we're in specified racing cars at Le Mans. So here's what's more to come. So what's going to be happening is that there's a 5 o'clock slot, which is the earliest I can do. Obviously, that there's going to be 7 laps of racing with 6 minutes qualification. Tyre wear set to ×2, along with the fuel consumption rating there as well. And then you got the usable tyres and types. You've got a set of dry tyres that is the racing mediums, and then you also have the intermediates and wets. You've got these specified cars that you're allowed to use, which is the Audi R18 2016. I'm going with the Audi, and going with the Porsche 919 hybrid. There's the Nissan GTR LM Nismo, Toyota TS050. So those are the 4 specified cars that you're allowed to use for this particular race. And you can change the brake balance to how you like it. No minimum number of pit stops, but it could rain. So therefore, that what's going to be happening too is that there's going to be a 24-hour cycle on the on this particular track. Not like as if like to do the full 24 hours all on the game. Do you know what I mean? So obviously there's also going to be 24-hour cycle on this particular race with 7 laps. We have a lot to play for, so things can change pretty quickly, and I'm sure of that. So we will see. We will see how that pans out also. So just spare a moment to look at the football scores also. So yeah. So this is it. This is the last round of the Nations Cup, and so hopefully we finish off with a positive note. So no idea what to expect on the home up against. So let's have a look and see who else we've got there also. So it'll be a couple of minutes until we get into the 15-minute window. So just gonna look through the leaderboards as to what we've got. So you have certain times where it's raining, and then you have certain times where it's dry. So you don't really know how's he gonna start, and then so just like to see. This is interesting me because you've got our friend Amber, who is, well, obviously you got somebody like our friend Amber, who was just ahead of me at one stage, and then she's just put in a good time. So well done to our friend Amber. And So we could end up meeting in the same lobby, but we'll see who shows up in the occasion. So you have a field of 6 of them on the top 6 in the Nismo. There's some in the Audi, 1 in the Toyota, 1 in the Porsche 919 Hybrid. So that way, I am in the top 100, which is obviously it's a bit of a long track, which makes it even more rewarding also to get a good lap in, best I can. So ideally you want to go with what you feel comfortable with, don't you? So that of course is the main criteria, which is to wherever I start, I'll just go with the flow as you go along, just like anything really. So you've got the weather radar too, therefore that I'll get the information as to see about how hard the rain is hitting. So it's not hitting the hard as much, which you can afford to push. But when it gets to up to a third, up to over a third, you want to be really mindful of how wet the track's getting. So I'm just braving it out on the racing medium slick dry tyres. As we go into the blue section then, and that's when the rain is starting to get a little bit heavier. I'm not sure if you can hear the engine clearly, but obviously it's just well, it sounds a little bit like an electric car, but it's a diesel. So we're just above the third. Just need to brake at this point if I can. So I can still get the braking together. And this bit where it's difficult to keep it on the track, and we're in track limits also, but no penalty dished out, of course. So as it's looking that way, intermediate is the 1. So that's a good thing to know. Even if it gets to around the yellows, the pink and purple sectors, then you're gonna have to go for some wet weather tyres. Unless if you're confident enough, we'll just go in for the wets. Then feel free. Therefore, that you'll get the benefit of having the gripper. Then when it gets to the track dries out a bit quicker, then obviously it's going to be wear out the tyres a lot quicker if you stay on the wets whilst the track's drying up. So got to have the balance of it in between where you can. So we're in the 5 o'clock slot, so just less than 15 minutes until we get put into a lobby. So it's raining just a touch. But before I do that, one thing I have got to do is just delete the replays. So therefore, we all get a chance to have a look back on so on. So I do apologise there, for the. That's something about I've just had to be sure that I have enough space. To my collections, delete that one, that one. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. What else? Should be okay. But let's see where we're at with the memories. So the other. Well, that'll be on the deliveries or so on, won't it? So But if any reason that I still can't get the replays, then obviously it's no stress. It's no stress because it's the last race of the stream, unless race of the Nations Cup. So it could be like the over for the liveries and so on. That'll be why. Oh, got a bit wide there. Having touched the grass. Probably get done with track limits. So I had to go at the Nismo GTR, and obviously when you go through the Dunlop chicane, then I feel there's a bit of bouncing going on. So it's like I'm in like a springy car, like when you attack over the curves and so on. So it's the car's just like turning a bit like a springy dog of of a fictional character, the springy dog of Toy Story. The car just like bounces along. So, but this one is just I'm pretty comfortable with the R18. Not a problem at all. But the wet, it's a different story. So I think it'll be interesting to see like what the qualities are with with certain variety of cars about on how they can tackle on the dry and wet weather conditions, which is a good bit for sure. Season spots of rain, which is not doing any harm to the track at all. So I've attacked the curb too much, and that results straight away a 1 second penalty for abusing the track limits like that. So see, if I come out to this and then the weather changes very much every time, and you can hear the rain, and you see what I mean? That's about, you end up with some splashes of water also. So I may as well just do a bit of wet weather running. Maybe not, because it's just bone dry. Track's bone dry. And when it gets to dark time, it's gonna change your perspective a little bit to the, you know, when you're braking and everything, when you do some nighttime running. And it's like when I was doing the daily race a few weeks back in what is one of the best races that we had in recent times, where you have Group C racing cars with specified liveries and so on, and obviously you have day, nighttime, and back to daytime driving as well, all in one race. Unpredictable weather conditions. So that's one of them sort of races that we could be in for a real treat, but for this time around in the Le Mans prototype era. Along with the Audi, the Porsche, Toyota, Nissan. And it was back when obviously the manufacturers had the freedom, you know, to push technologies to make them like what is the most technically advanced racing cars well at the time. And then where we are now, we're in the hypercar era, which is a totally different era compared to 10 years ago, like, which things have gone like so quickly, hasn't it? And then which the hypercar era was began in the early 2020s. Should be able to get away with it. So I'm gonna have a moment as I'm gonna go for a quick toilet break, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. And I'm back. Good evening, Marty. Welcome along. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're well. So, I've not got the monster on me, unfortunately, but I've got some water that'll keep me mentally focused also. So, this is it. We're just about to enter the 5 o'clock slot. Best of luck to those who are taking part in the final round of the GT World Series Nations Cup Exhibition 3. Let's do this. So I've got Dustin, Lion, Mario, Sonic, Hoxter GT's in. And there's Nick, there's Muscafy, and we've also got, what else we got? We've got Official. Thank you, Marty. Appreciate it. So let's see. 295 points for the win. So anyway, the top 8 is still good. So we'll just see how it pans out, shall we? Obviously, there's no rain in qualifying, so obviously racing mediums. Six minutes qualification. Good evening, Official. Thanks. Good luck to you, mate, and hope you're doing good. So, qualifying has begun. So we've got some company for tonight. Muscafy, we've got Hoxton, Dustin, Official, Mario, Sonic. So there's no rain, so we could just go all out attack, and then so it's just picking the right moment to get a lap in. Although that it could get to night time by the end of this qualifying session. So I've got quite a variety of certain cars. There's some Nissans and there's some Audis. So this is like a one-shot qualifying, which is all there is. One-shot qualifying is all it takes to where if you're going to have a good race or a bad race, depending where you're starting. So just got to be mindful on the first lap also. So I've got somebody slow out of the corners, so worth they're just allowing themselves all the time and space they needed. So getting past another Nismo. Get them tyres nicely warmed up, allowing the pressures to go up. So there is some that's slowing down, like in the Nismo, simply because they don't want to drain the battery too much. Now this is like one of the key differences of running the Audi, and then you also have the Nismo, where the Audi is pretty efficient on the energy recovery system, whereas the Nismo isn't. So unless there's some people that just like to obviously save the battery, I should say. Five to the rear on the brake balance. So the question for this race, can we finish on a high? That can only be one answer. So just going around the final couple of corners, backing off a touch just to allow myself all the time and space I need. For what is going to be a one-shot qualify. Played it a bit cautious through the fast right-hander, and then flat out through the first part of the Mulsanne straight. Just need to get myself ready for the braking point to get the car turning nicely. It feels tidy so far. So the continuation time is set to 4 minutes, so obviously it's not going to turn completely dark in this qualifying session, but it will in the race. Halfway there on this lap. So we're starting to see some quality times coming through for those who have just started meters ahead. Okay. So all the some saved it right at the last moment there. Was looking pretty close with looking pretty close for a top 3 finish, but so just got one more person to finish the lap. So P5 is looking mine. Whew. So Muscafy in 10th, Dustin in 9th, Lion in 8th. Ooh. Hang on. Before we get going. Oh, he's gonna hammer it down. Proper hammer it down. So I could be wrong. I could be right. It's a hard one to choose, but I had to study carefully. So, have a good race. Best of luck, everyone. No matter what happens, it's been an honour. Best of luck to you, official, as well, and those who I know are racing this one. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Good luck and have fun. Let's do this. The rain hitted the hard track, so I've gone with the correct tyre, but it's either between intermediates or wets. I've gone with the wets because I saw some colourful patches that's gonna literally throw a spanner into the works for some people. Number 7, why not? None of them are even putting up the throttle, using the throttle. Some revving the engines because they can. Just need the track to wet it even more. So here we are. We're about to begin the last race of the Nations Cup Exhibition 3 at Le Mans. Let's do it for Audi. Thanks, Marty. Got through okay. Just had to lift us, so hopefully I don't get a penalty. Fortunately I did, but there's no stress because there's a long way to go. Dustin's side by side. Give Dustin a little nudge. Ah, he's swinging towards that way. Swinging towards that way. I should have gone with the intermediate speed, to be honest. But at least it's not going to rain for the rest, so there is some ground to be making up, I'm sure of that. Hodgson's gone wide. It's gone dark now. Ah. Long way to go. Copy, Marty. Don't think fuel's an issue for this one, which it ain't an issue. We've got some people in the inters coming in. Even more. Oh, probably get a time penalty for crossing the white lines. And every single person's coming in. And that just leaves Muscafy coming out on, well, staying out. So he's going to be literally, literally just laughing at himself and all. But at least I got some positions to make back up if I can. So I just need to tiptoe my way on the exit. You could hardly see the dry line with it being so dark, unless it's my screen that's had the brightness down. So got the Nismo power into their way through. Yellow flag, something's happened. No, it's Hoxton. Hoxton's gone deep. He's had enough somewhere. Very sorry to see that, pal. He was looking good for what is going to be a good result, but it's not looking that way, and he also has a half-second penalty as a result. Just got to take one lap as it comes. Track's getting even drier now. Hogster's right behind me. Thank you. AMG's gone deep. Oh, must have gone onto the grass there, or on the slippy part. Gonna have to have a look back if I can. 20 people watching what is going off there. It's like I'm getting some notice already. So I'm not sure that if he's gone off on his own without having a second photo. It's just unless anybody tells me any different. Because very sorry to see what happened there. Can see the sun rising as we're getting some daylight. Not over till it's over. I've got some more with a 1 bar up front. Getting faster and faster I'm going along, but it's difficult to keep up with them Nismos that's literally powering off the straight line. got within the slip of the German in the Nismo, but that Nismo is just too quick on the straight, and I'm giving it all I can in the corners. Thought I'd just cool the tyres off just a little bit, you know, to get a bit more grip towards the end. Obviously tyre wears are not an issue, so I can see some cars up ahead. Look like they're in a battle for P8. Overtaking's prohibited, so we've got yellow flags. Nick's had enough. Get him, if you can. Oh. Sorry about that. Lost it on my own and then this happens. So got Hoxton right behind also, so this is where we ended up meeting again. Didn't ask for anything, but thank you. So just approaching corner now. Is he going to make the move? Just spare a moment to apologise to Nick, because I do want to put too much energy on something that's slipped out of my hands. Over than just to put my hand up and yeah, I messed up a lines, and then which obviously that left him with nowhere to go. Yellow flag, something's happened. He just went deep. So Hoggy's gone around, so I might as well return in the favour where I can, just to give you a bit of a bump draft. I'm not over fussed with the SR going down, because he's done it, and therefore I should return the favour also. So somebody's backed out of that race. This is the last lap now. GTWS, welcome along. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're doing good. And if you just joined in, then obviously, well, this is the current outcome as it stands. As I started 5th, and then obviously things have just gone a bit wrong in some ways, but it's one of them races where I'd rather just, like, you know, just forget about it, let it go, and then move on, and just make most out of a difficult situation. Although I may be setting purple in those sectors. On my Scaffy 10th, so I'm not sure like what's happened to my Scaffy, like, unless somebody tells me any different, because he was looking in a good position at one stage, having started on the mediums, if that's the sort of tyres he was starting, and therefore that he got up to make up some places. So whatever's going on well, from this perspective, I have no idea. Hoggy's got a time penalty for track limits, I suspect. And officials looks like he's going to win this one. Well done to Fisher on the win. We got there in the end. We got there. And officials done it for Audi. Well done, buddy. Along with the two Bidismos on the podium. Yeah. I'd just like to see the replay, if it allows me, please. GT, just let me see the replay unless somebody can share the replay. Well, I've no doubts that Muscaffi's going to share it and all there because he always shares his replays to have a look at, so on. And yeah, so spare a moment to congratulate Official, who's gone on to win the race, and not the best races from some of us in that sense, but lesson learned. And then obviously it's just a case of where if I'm able to go again, which the next slot is at 7 o'clock. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see if it allows me to. No, nope, not to worry. So yeah, tell me about it, Hoggy. Tell me about it. And they said there's another opportunity to come later on. So, but unfortunately, they're not be able to see the replay unless somebody can share the replay. Probably Official if he doesn't mind. So. Might as well Mario Sonic, because it is doable to win a race in the Audi, but it depends on which field you're coming across, and obviously just like to see if somebody shared the replay, which I'm sure that Muscaffi would. Okay, so. Well, obviously, just keeps him to himself, which is totally understandable. But unless if it's necessary, then yeah. So in that case, I'm going to open the ticket because having done the time, then yep, we'll just see what I win in the 4-star roulette ticket. $30K, okie dokie. So, going to the Escapes movies to draw close to the stream for the time being. Okay. Okay, so okay, so we're just like looking at different perspectives on so. Okay. Right. Okay. So probably go once more around 7 o'clock. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens. In the meantime, obviously, I've got a week off as I'm on annual leave. Yay! Bit of time off work. So, what that means is that way when I do open lobbies. Because for those of you who don't know me, now you get to know me, and for those who are new to the channel, well, welcome along, and welcome to some of the new subscribers as well. For those who don't know, now you get to know. I do open lobbies on Tuesday evenings, starting between 6:15 and 7:30 UK time in different car categories. So sometimes do some open lobbies later on in the week as well. And some league racing ventures, especially the Gran Turismo World Series, for example. So, and for those who are wondering which car category I'll be running the GR3s with a bit of practice, qualifying, and race. So 5-10 minutes qualifying. Feel free to say that if you wish to have a shorter qualifying or slightly longer qualifying. I mean, it depends which track we go to, don't it? Because there's some long tracks and some shorter tracks which I can verify it, no problem. So that's what I've got lined up for next week. So something, unless something else comes up like the manufacturer's exhibition or something like that, then we'll just go from there. So I hope you enjoyed the watching the live stream, boys and girls, and probably not the best of the outcomes, from my side, but it's one of them races where you never know what the weather's going to throw at you, and hats off to those who started on the mediums, and then it's just that you come across some of the variety of cars that it's just like it's who you're going to be racing with, and then so it's regardless of a privilege, to get some company off. I'm sure of that, and yep. So anybody liking the content, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. On that note, I'm gonna cut short for time being, and for those who are watching, thank you for tuning in as well. And so probably go once more in an hour's time, something like that, but we'll see. But if not, I wish you all a very good weekend, a great afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're up to. And thanks, Marty. Same to you as well. And I shall see you on the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.